ask for what you want. You'll be amazed at how many times people actually say yes. Keep momentum for the next day that you show up. You are strong and you are still here. What up, world? And welcome back to the 5th episode of our 30 for 30 series, where we are diving into 30 lessons that I've learned in 30 years of living. And we're going to dive into things right now. So today we have lessons 21 through 25. So let's get into it. Number 21, everything always works out. At the very least, I've made it through every difficult situation because here we are typing these words. I was typing at the time, obviously. Right now, speaking these words with everything being okay. So this one can probably be tough for some people to stomach, in the sense of, yeah, we've made it through a lot. Has everything been exactly how we wanted it to be? No, of course not. Like, so much hardship in life, so many challenges and difficult situations and things that we don't want to work through and haven't wanted to go through. And, you know, like we talked about in a previous episode, life being super precious. And I did just, like, I wrote this one down though, because we have gone through those things and we are here standing, right? And we are here to tell the story. And at the end of the day, like, you know, we're here having gone through what we went through, and whether it was good, bad, right, wrong, it was what it was. And we're here telling the story, listening to this, and going through life still. And so we've made it through the majority of things. Maybe you're still going through something that is continuing to grind on you, continuing to hurt. But just like, you are strong and you are still here and continuing to move through. And so I just want to encourage you, for whether you've went through things, are going through things, inevitably will go through things. We've made it through things in the past. We've come over challenges and difficulties, and everyone has their own unique situations. And I get that. So just keep moving forward, keep moving through. And I hope that you can, at least see the light that I was going for in that. Number 22, end on a good note. So I guess this stemmed from basketball practice way back in the day, but we would always end on a make. And I think that very simple yet very powerful to keep momentum for the next day that you show up and that next opportunity, right? Ending on a good note keeps you coming back for more. You inevitably want to come back and keep working, keep doing, keep taking action, because you ended on a good note. It was a positive thing. That's what we are associating with from having done that activity last. And, this is true for me in my career, where I'll make sure that I end on a good call. And if that person didn't answer, then at least ending on a good voicemail, or ending on a quality written email, or, whether it's here, ending the writing on a good note, like being at a place where I'm like, okay, that feels good. I'm excited to come back to this at a different point in time. Cannon Beach, ending on a good note. So where that example comes from is when I actually it was for these 30 for 30, for my 30th birthday a couple months ago. Shelby, my fiance, and I went to Cannon Beach, Oregon, in order to celebrate this milestone. And the day that we were there, it was amazing. 3 days there, loved every second. And then we checked out of our Airbnb and we left. And I was driving, and it just didn't sit right that it was ending. Like, I felt like there was no closure on the trip. I felt like things had just abruptly ended. And I voiced this to Shelby after we were 50 minutes into the drive home. And I love Shelby, and I know that this is like just one of the many reasons why I know we were destined to be together, is because she says, turn around, let's go back. And she knows me so well that I'm like, absolutely, let's do it. Flip the car around, drove 50 minutes back to Cannon Beach. And it was like the minute that decision was made, I knew it was the right thing to do. And I was so excited driving back. And, we got there, we walked through the town, we went and looked at the sun, the waves. Like, I had that time to reflect at the beach that I was looking for. We went and sat down outside and had an amazing lunch. But the point is that it felt like there was closure. I ended on a great note, and then we could go and then transition into the next chapter of life that we were going to venture into. And so it was just that's number 22, is end things on a good note. It's a end of the day with you and your spouse, your partner, a phone call with a loved one, whatever it may be. Number 23, don't let emotional feelings impact long-term consequences. This is a big one because our feelings can dictate our actions a lot. And especially, for me, I've definitely let my emotions get the best of me in relationships, in work, in endurance, like whatever it may be. And I have done things that I've regretted, said things I didn't mean, and those can have a lasting impact and lasting negative consequences. And so it's super important that we're very cognizant of the actions that we take when we are feeling a certain type of way, and when things aren't going our way. And so I think it also comes down to just, another aspect that comes to mind for me on this is really putting your feelings aside and doing the thing that you should do, regardless of how you feel. So just being very neutral about what action to take in a given situation. And so, our feelings can oftentimes dictate a lot of what we're going to do and what we want to do. And so I think it's super important, at least for me, what I've learned is to fight and resist the temptation to act in a certain way and just be super neutral about it. And as Trevor Moawad would say, what is just the next best behavior that you can take? Number 24, this is one of my favorites. Ask for what you want. In this life, it can be very easy to just go through accepting what comes your way. If there's anything that I've learned in sales and in my professional career and personal life over time, it is to ask for what you want, because nothing is going to be given to you. You must earn what you're going to get, and you must ask for what you want. And you will be amazed at what people say yes to. You will be also amazed at how many people want to share some things with you and want to feel like they're giving something to you and they're adding value and being able to help you. And so you'll be amazed at how many times people actually say yes because they want to feel of service and value to you as well. But at the end of the day, like, you got to ask for what you want, whether it's a thing, whether it's a promotion, whether it's a raise, whether it is just being treated a different way from somebody, whether it's for a discount. You'll be amazed at what surfaces when you just start asking for things. And the worst that can happen is no. And at the very least, you flex that muscle of seeking discomfort, being uncomfortable, doing things that scare you, doing things that make you, have that feeling in your chest of like, oh man, this one's going to feel weird. But do those things, ask for what you want. And it's super exciting. It's one of those things that is in kind of like what we've talked about, direct correlation to the things that we fear being, super rewarding. Same thing, like the deeper the ask, the more grand the ask. And when we actually do get that thing, receive that thing, it's a really, really good feeling. So I want to challenge you to, the next time that you're even buying something or going for your purchase, or ask what discounts are available. Ask what specials and promotions they have going. And, you'll be amazed. Like, you will, at the very least, you'll uncover new information. And so, I don't know, it's just something that you can have fun with too. It can be small, big, like whatever it may be. Apply that to your life however you see fit. Ask for what you want. Number 25, last one for this episode here, is running is a keystone habit that positively affects my life. I'm so glad that I put this in here because, again, I'm not actually reading anything beforehand. I'm just reading these as we go, and then I'm speaking to them when they come top of mind here. And I was hoping this was going to be on there and that I had put this down. Of course it would be. Running is the number one keystone habit in my life that positively impacts and affects everything else that I do. When I run, I feel better. I think more clearly. I am able to problem solve things that I'm working through. I generate ideas. I love moving and sweating. That is a necessity for me. There's nothing like just feeling good outdoors, getting moving. I just love running, but it also affects how much, I'm drinking more water. I'm intentionally wanting to eat more healthy because, I'm feeling better. Therefore, I want to keep feeling better. It helps me with my work. Like if I'm stuck on something or I need to just get outside and just move, like I'll go run, come back, and I have so much more clarity towards a given circumstance or situation, whether it be professionally, personally, whatever it may be. Like a run, I can't even begin to describe how positively running has affected my life. And so if there's anything that you can take away from these 5 lessons that we just went through, please, even if you don't run or don't want to run, try it or walk or get outside and just move. It just, I can promise that it'll do more good than harm. I feel like I can't even promise. I don't want someone to go out and wreck themselves, but I just want to encourage you to get out and run and move, right? End of the day, like movement, I know we talk about often, but that movement is going to create momentum, which is going to instill your motivation, which is going to drive you. And it just is such a wonderful thing and activity that you can do. If you don't want to run, go do something that involves some form of movement. But anyways, those are the last 5 that we had for 21 through 25. And on the next episode, we're going to wrap up this series on the 30 lessons that I have learned over 30 years of my life. Thank you for tuning into all of them. I hope they're helping in any way. I want to encourage you, if there's one that sticks out to you, if there's one that you're interested in, go try it. Go do it. Reach out to me. Let me know what you're thinking about, how this has affected you. If you agree, if you disagree, if you're finding any value, please go ahead and leave a 5-star rating and review. It is sincerely helping the channel and helping me serve my mission and impacting people in a positive light. So hope you're having a great day and that this finds you well. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Seeds of Success podcast. And I will see you on the last episode of this 30 for 30 series.